Yeah.
No, just say, I want to get as much booty as humanly possible while I'm on this planet. And I'm not letting you and your ideas of monogamy get in my way. Just be honest. What I want is what I want, and I don't want you to stop me from getting what it is that I want.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Word. That's what we doing?
I'm just trying to make sure we good.
Hold on.
Make sure we good.
Now you're making me want to look at this,
Look at you.
Hold on.
She doing too much. She changing stuff now.
What?
Look, she changed. You made it darker. You made it lighter.
I don't know.
She you gonna change the thing, you don't know if you made it darker or lighter.
I don't know.
Oh gosh.
Welcome
To the J&O Show.
where we talk about
things that we were never told them, Jay.
And I'm O.
And now you know.
If you guys are new to our channel, please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on those post notifications so you can know we upload, because you never want to miss an episode. Also, if you guys are new here and you have ideas for show topics, go ahead and drop them down below in the comment section and write #next show, so that way we can easily filter through and give you more of what you want. All right. So today, guys, we are actually going to be doing a reaction video to none other than 8 at the Table. And this particular episode is entitled Why We Cheat on People We Love and Break Up a Family. So we thought this would be very interesting. No idea about what they're about to say, but it'd be interesting to kind of get, I guess, their perspective or what other people are saying as to reasons as to why they think people cheat and break up families. I don't know. Did you have any?
It'll be very interesting to see what some of these people are going to say, because they've admitted themselves that they cheat.
Bruh.
Often. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, this about to be some bull right here.
Oh!
Really?
That's what this gonna be. This gonna be some bullshit. Y'all about to sit up here and try to justify yourselves with the stank behind.
Probably.
That's what I thought it was gonna be. But I don't know what it's actually gonna be. It could be anything. You know, with 8 at the table, you never know.
That's true.
You never know.
Very true.
So just the stats on cheating are like all over the place.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they say. And I looked up some stuff myself before even looking at it, because I was like, oh, y'all not about to get me with no bull. so I looked up some stuff. I found some very interesting things. So we can jump right into it.
Okay.
Ready? Push play.
It doesn't mean that you're in love with that person. I feel like you can have sex without being in love. So that's where people who do cheat on their spouse.
I'm pausing already. We didn't even get that far. We didn't even get that far.
Why are you pausing?
We didn't even get that far. Because she said something that made me jump out already. Immediately.
Okay.
First thing, she said you can have sex with somebody without being in love. Very true.
Yeah.
One of the things that some people in the red pill community say is they want you to have intercourse with at least 50 women so that you can sort of detach yourself so they can't manipulate you, right? We have a word for that. It's a word that is not our word, but it's a word we use that is often used to describe what happens to a man and woman when they are intimate with each other.
Oh, what, the pair bond?
Pair bonding.
Yes. So y'all don't even know what that is, do you?
Nah, they don't know
even
about pair
what that
bonding.
is.
Because a lot of people think that only women, a lot of guys like to put it out there that only women pair bond. Whereas you become emotionally, spiritually, and mentally attached to the person that you have physical intercourse with. It's not just women. Because if it was just women, it wouldn't be necessary for guys to go out and sleep with 50 women.
Right.
So that they can not be made vulnerable. The reason you're made vulnerable is because you're pair bonding. It's a natural, biological, your whole being incorporate is there for a reason. And a lot of people want to ignore it or say, you know, hey, we got to find a way to get around this biological marker, but then turn around and talk about biology as the reason for why men want to have a certain amount of sex, why women are emotional, why men are biological. It's okay with all of those, but we got to bypass it for this one thing.
Yeah.
No, just say, I want to get as much booty as humanly possible while I'm on this planet. And I'm not letting you and your ideas of monogamy get in my way. Just be honest. You want the walls. Don't lie. Just say, I want the walls. And I don't want nobody to stop me from getting the walls with all your morality. I don't want your morality. The only morality I have is business morality, which is AKA no morality. Boy, if you don't... What I want is what I want, and I don't want you to stop me from getting what it is that I want.
Really?
Just say that. Come on, let's be honest.
Let's
be honest.
That's true.
We ain't getting nowhere on this video. I'm officially 11 seconds in.
We're gonna stop him. We're gonna push play.
They have a nice little flash on the screen. Wow. So y'all see it, right? Mm-hmm. And it's some interesting things they have. 30-60% of married couples would cheat at least once. That's like either a minority of y'all or the majority of y'all.
Yeah, that's a big gap.
That's a giant gap. But I did some research and they really don't know. It's between 25 to 72% of men. And it's like 20 to 70% of women. So it's like most of us or some of us, like they really don't know, which makes sense because it's a hard thing to quantify. So we don't know. We just know some of us will cheat, some of us won't.
Yeah.
74% of men, 68% of women admit they cheat if they was guaranteed that they never get caught. That makes sense. If you're just want that physical whatever and you don't have to worry about hurting your partner because you care about them, I get that. 70% of affairs start with close friends or co-workers. That also makes sense because they're in your vicinity. And I can tell you, I legitimately had a whole girlfriend based on proximity. Like a whole girlfriend was based off of proximity just because we were around each other so much and we got together. So I definitely see that in an average affair last 2 years. That's very interesting. I would love to know where they got it from. It's just like randomly up there with no name. Okay.
Let's see.
Somebody they are in love with, that's their up. Because now the person's looking at them like, you don't love me. But I have been in that situation where I've cheated on the person I love. And I've cried my ass off. Like, I love you, I swear. I'll die for you right now. I love you. And it's something that I feel like it's very hard to explain. Like, it's just a natural human feeling. Like, I feel like we're like animals and we're just going based off of our emotions.
Well, I mean, listen, they've been saying this for as long as before all of us was even alive, that monogamy is not natural.
He is always on some old bull. Yo, I swear. Bro, he is always on some old bull. All right, so look. So, and I'm going to actually add to his point to make it even worse, right? So, in 1953, a study was taken by Alfred Kinsley. So, 1953, the good old 50s, where everybody was married and together, you know. In 1950s, they postulated that around 50% of the married men cheated and 26% of the married women.
Okay.
That's in 1953. Now, the 20% to 26% of the women was because most women were at home. They didn't have opportunity. Right. They hung with each other while all the men were at work. When women went to work, it became a lot more even. So, for all of the guys who say, "Oh, women lie, they ain't worse," it's everybody. And for all of the, and for all of the women who go, "Man, they always cheating." No, y'all cheat too, and it's pretty much even, to be honest. Because when you quantify the amount of women there are to the amount of men, it literally comes out to be about even.
Okay, with the stats.
So the same percentage, about the same percentage of men and about the same percentage of women cheat. Him going into this whole monogamy, and I'm happy I got this pause. I wish I could see this pause that I got with him right now. That's exactly what I'm thinking what's about to come out of his mouth. He doing that because he liked the booty, and he don't just want to admit I like the walls. And to be quite honest, I have no, as Kevin Samuel calls it, no discipline. That's what that's all you got to say. I ain't got no discipline of it. Just say that. Right. One thing I will say, regardless of what you believe that cheating is, because some people talk about emotional cheating, some people talk about physical cheating, and all of that other stuff. Regardless of what you think it is, the reality is it's not something that's agreed upon. So, all of those men that they keep on talking about, the high value men, because we talking about a whole bunch of high value men that none of us know. Bruh. The high value men who do what they do, exercise their options, as Kevin says, the Reverend Minister, Kevin Samuels always says, those are agreements. That's not cheating. A lot of people call it cheating because of what they're doing. because they have their own personal idea of what cheating is. And that's another thing about cheating that I found too. Cheating is whatever you and your spouse feel that cheating is between each other, because the definition is too wide. Some people could care less if you sitting up there texting somebody because they'll listen to you because they're too busy working, they don't got time. Some people, oddly enough, could care less if you sleep with somebody else. The real betrayal for them is if you develop an emotional bond and connection with them. So I would say the safest way to do it, you and your partner come to an agreement on what y'all think too far is. And then anything beyond that would be cheating. I think the only way you get away, I'm saying the only...
No, I mean, it's true, but it's just, I guess, the thought process of it all. Because it's just like, if we have to sit down there and have this conversation, then are you thinking about cheating on me?
Bruh.
But I hear what you're saying, that it does make sense, because your definition of cheating and my definition of cheating could be two totally different things. So I do understand that. But it just makes me think, like, why are we having this conversation? Are you looking to do something?
I'll put it to you like this. See, reading these articles just made me think about a lot of stuff. So it's great. So one of the things about it is, because of the society that we have now, with all of the access and the internet, that brings in a lot of situations that would have never happened 50 years ago.
True.
Right? So with the flood of pornography, there are some people who could care less about their partner watching porn, masturbating, whatever. Some of them make flicks. I mean, it's so commonplace now for people to make their own movies and share it with each other and their sexual experience with each other, that if something like that were to happen, or online chatting, or camming, or whatever that the people are getting into, there are some people that be like, I don't care about you doing certain things with, you know, online, looking at pictures, looking at videos, looking at other people, whatever, as long as you don't actually physically ever touch anybody. And then there are some people that's like, no, you shouldn't look at no woman or man except for me. Like, I'm the only person you should desire sexually. Once you cross that line, it brings in responsibility on both parties. Because if you put yourself into a certain position where you don't expect your partner to look at or think about anything else, there puts a burden of responsibility on your side to try to satisfy their sexual need. And good luck with that ish.
Bruh.
Good luck with that. It's very hard to cover such a wide swath. So there really has to be discipline on the part of both partners to hold back, and responsibility on the side of both partners to actually put in time to try to satisfy each other.
Okay.
It's a lot. And we walk in, just like when we walk into marriages, thinking that it's all supposed to just fall into place.
Right.
I like that too. When you do TV shows, women be throwing pussy at me on the street like frisbees. Ed, thank you. I appreciate that.
That one of the most important decisions in our entire life is just going to fall into place, but everything else got to be worked for. I got to put in work to get a car. I got to put in work to get my dream job. I got to put in work and save thousands and tens of thousands of dollars to get a house. You even got to work to have kids. You like it, but it's still work.
True.
We got to put in work for everything. And after you have kids, it is definitely work. But our marriage is just going to fall into place. You know, it's just going to, like, it's just going to be there. It's going to, you know, everything's just going to work out fine. No,
That's a great point.
It has to be worked on. You actually have to do some work. You actually have to go and try to understand love, communication, relationships, all of that stuff. You actually have to put a little bit of work in. And if you the more you demand from your partner, and the more that you put on yourself to be like, I'm the only one who handles this, whether it be emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, whatever that thing is, that's more weight you're putting on your own shoulders to carry. Don't think, oh, you just can't look at nobody and then you're going to stand there and never give up no butt and think he going to be all right or she going to be okay. No, you just say, I agree to handle all of that. You control the extra that I can't cover, and I have to meet you to make sure I take care of your needs. A lot of us like to go, you can't do this and you can't do that, and we don't think that none of the responsibility falls on us for the lack. No, you got to step up to the plate now.
True.
48 seconds into the video.
Bruh.
I'm just letting you go.
I'm sorry.
You got a lot on your mind.
It was just... It's just a lot of misconceptions about marriage and what it is. It's part of the reason why the divorce rate is so high, because everybody thinks that it's just supposed to happen.
Yeah. No,
and nobody wants to put in any actual work. And then he already started with the bullshit. So I'm sort of looking at him, and I love the face he's making, because that's exactly the face that I have while he's talking.
Bruh.
But a lot of people, yeah, thank you. Do that. Yep. Thank you. But a lot of people, you heard the camera, right? But a lot of people think like he does. But I'm going to let him talk it out, because he might come from left, and I'm like, I never thought about that. So we going to let him go. You have anything to add in? Because I know I'm talking a lot. You just going to let me rock?
I'll just let you go.
Okay. She's getting on my nerves, sitting up here trying to justify his stank.
Proven scientific fact, there's only 11 animals in this world that are monogamous based, and human beings are not in that list.
Okay. See, I told you he wasn't going to get far. Right? What percentage of animals in the planet actually have the ability to reason on the level that humans do?
None. Maybe elephants, because they're extremely smart.
So you're trying to make a comparison between us when mentally we are on a completely different plane than every other animal on the planet. There also is more responsibility for us because of that. So to say, because what he's basically saying is that we are captive to our base lower selves, our animalistic parts. And much like Kevin Samuels, we are not. You gotta actually show some discipline. And this is for the guys, because we're the ones who have the biological imperative, where it's, for us, sex is different than it is for women. And I understand that. But you have the mental capability to control yourself.
Right.
Most of the time. Since we're talking about married people, the time that you can't control yourself, your wife is supposed to come and help a brother out. And the same goes, if you're one of those people who has the wife who wants it more, then you're in the unique position to have to do it for your wife. That's not usually how it goes, but the responsibility is still there. You're still married.
Right.
So I knew he was going to be on some. I knew it when I saw the video. I was like, he going to be on some bull. I knew it. I'm about to do some research of my own. You got anything to say? You just don't shake your head.
No, because he started, one of the times before you paused, he started to say that. And you started to mention that, I can't remember exactly what it was. And I feel like the time has passed. Never mind.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. It might come back to me.
Okay. Push play.
So, cheating is something that you have to take into consideration whenever you're dealing with somebody. Because you're taking on the possible chance of you having an unrealistic idea of a relationship. Now, does cheating not happen? Yes. Lots of times. Does cheating happen? Yes. Lots of times. But the fact of the matter is, it might happen no matter how much you love the person, no matter how much they love you, no matter what it is that they do, no matter what y'all got going on between y'all. It's a possibility. And to rule it out is almost insane. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the part that really kills us. But is that we think that it won't happen, but it happens. And when it happens, it's real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And at the same
And
time,
I feel like it's hard to
that.
judge people on that. Like, we shouldn't. I think we do judge people on it, but we shouldn't.
But that doesn't.
Wait, pause. What the hell are you gonna judge people on if you can't judge them for betraying the? Okay, all right. So it's two things. I'm sorry. I knew I wasn't gonna get nowhere in this video. It's two things. Number one, the idea of what love is.
Right.
They're stuck on this emotional thing, and that's part of the reason why the understanding of what love is messed up. We have some videos about love and what it is. She gonna put it right here. Okay? Yes. Besides stages of love, there are also characteristics of love, what love is. And loyalty, respect, honor, duty, those are a part of love. So yes, you betray love when you betray somebody that you cheat on them. Now, that, like he's saying, you can love them and still mess up because you're human.
Right.
So there's always a possibility. Please don't tell me not to judge somebody that cheats on you. That is a betrayal of loyalty. That is a betrayal of respect. That is a betrayal of your honor. That's why it's called cheating. We could have came up with another word.
Not to mention that going back to the Bible, when we talk about...
She about to bring Jill.
Don't be ashamed to call his name.
Yeah. No, but when we talk about being in a relationship or being married, when you cheat, that's the only clause in the Bible that it actually gives you to leave somebody. So that just goes to show how deep it is. And the whole, I mean, I get what he's saying, that yes, everybody has to have it in their mind that it is a possibility, because nobody's perfect. That, you know, that just because you're in a relationship with somebody doesn't mean that they won't cheat on you. It's a very, you know, it's a likelihood. But this also comes with the person that you choose. So if you are around a certain type of people who do not have certain moral standards, or who just do whatever they feel makes them happy, and they're not really considerate of the people around them and they care about, then yeah, you probably will get cheated on. Or if that's you, you're probably going to cheat on somebody else. But for him to go and say basically like, oh, it's a proven fact that, you know, we're not meant to be monogamous, and that ain't true. I don't believe that. And I don't believe that from a biblical standpoint. Everybody may not agree, and that's all right. But from a biblical standpoint, I don't believe in that, because if that were the case, I think that Adam would have had more than one wife. If that was the case, God didn't give him more than one wife. He gave him one. And I think he gave him one for a reason, because it was designed that way. Men and women we're designed to come together. We fit together like this. And I don't think that logically it makes sense for there to be one man with several different women, or even one woman with several different men, because it brings a whole bunch of other issues into play. Like we talked about, the whole pair bonding and connection and everything like that. You can't pair bond with a whole bunch of different people and expect to have like the same type of results, the same type of intimacy. Like, it doesn't work that way. So I totally disagree with the whole thought process that like, oh, it's a proven fact that we're designed to not be monogamous. No, I don't think that that's true. That's my thought, and I'm sticking to it. We're gonna go back and push play.
Really shouldn't.
But I want the audience to understand, we're not saying lower your standard.
Yeah.
You don't lower your standard.
And we're not saying it's okay.
Listen, and we're not saying that it's okay, but we're giving
Rico is.
He sure is.
Into,
he sure is, because the fact that he's like, basically you have to understand that this is gonna happen because it's a proven fact.
When you might take someone back and when you don't. So if you've been paying attention to what the panel was saying, in other words, don't allow others to dictate your decision, and if you're going to keep someone, if you don't.
Yes. Yes. I'm happy he hit on that. One of the things that was found by psychologists is that when they're dealing with couples that there is infidelity and then they come back together, that what tends to happen is, number one, they start to talk about things that they never talked about, which is one of the reasons why I brought up that you guys need to have certain types of conversations about what, and have to keep on having them, because as you change, your requirements from your partner begin to change, right? Your situation within your home begins to change, and things have to be moving different, right? Especially when kids come into the place. I'ma give y'all
Word.
I'm gonna give y'all a heads up, okay? When them kids come, she gonna be gone. She gonna leave you high and dry, brother. Look, the desert. I'm gonna have the tumbleweed coming through right now. That's what's gonna happen when them kids come. It's gonna be the desert, man. It's just forget your life. You don't matter. Okay, look, I'm kidding. I'm over exaggerating. But to be honest, when kids come into drastically. It could be the man or the woman, and the kids become their priority, and it's something that you guys have to talk about and you have to work out. Otherwise, you will lose your relationship. Not saying that you're going to get divorced, but I'm saying you will lose your relationship. You're going to have to fight to get it back. You will start to not pay attention with each other. Life has a way of getting in the way. Okay? Kids, people passing, trauma, accidents, sickness, all of these things can put a wedge in between your relationship with your spouse.
Right.
And they have to be addressed. And one of the things they were saying for sure is that it brought up things, and a lot of people, when they decided to stay together, had a better relationship because communication increased. Because they were left with no choice but to go to therapy. You were left with no choice but to go to somebody and talk about your issues and figure out what went wrong. A lot of times that is one of the things that happens, is people realize I allowed life to get in the way and I left my partner hanging.
Right.
And it doesn't mean, oh, we just had we wasn't spicy in the bedroom anymore. Sometimes it's that, but a lot of times it's a lack of connection.
Right. So
that is one thing that you guys, so what he just said is real. Like, you really got to watch that. We have a lot. I got 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and it was mostly me. I know, I was chatting. I was going in because I knew it was going to be some bull. So what we might do is we might watch the rest of it, and we might actually have like a part 2. If they come up with something interesting later on that they say, we might come back and jump on it. I know that I threw out a lot. I know she came in there with her last minute 1-2 so she can get her little memes in at the end of the video like she always do now, because it's becoming a new thing where she come in with like 2 or 3 hard hitting points at like 20 minutes into the video. Right? She doing it. And I think she doing it on purpose. I think she doing it on purpose.
I'm so not.
Just trying to make me look like I ain't did nothing all video. Let me clean it up for you. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. It's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna talk to her off camera. So anyway. All right, guys, are you done? Because I know I dominated the video. I was going in.
Yeah.
We probably, look, we're gonna come back to this again. We're a relationship-based channel. How can we not talk about cheating, right? So guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Please pass around the offering plate. I would appreciate any donations. We like the donations that jingle, but we really appreciate
the ones that fold.
Yes.
Okay.
So
and for us, donations is hitting that subscribe
Thank you.
button.
Hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the share. We love you guys. Please jump down in the comment section. Were we way off? Was I tripping? Was I bugging? Was it too much energy? Was I feeling myself a little too much? Or you and Rico, you felt like we all should just hold. You know, our whole face should laugh until the day we die, because we're not supposed to be monogamous. Monogamy is not natural. If you feel that way, put it in the comment, because maybe you'll say a point that he didn't, because he actually has some good points in there. I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna cap. He said some good stuff in there. I just felt like it was mostly surrounded by bull. Anyway,
that's gonna wrap it up for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed.
Press the off button.